minutes. I'm going to call this Select Board meeting of April 21st to order. All those please stand and for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay. Welcome, everyone. Is there anyone who... Go ahead.
I would like to come back and if you do it under old business or just on the Monday, March 17, 2014 Select Board under the Chair's remarks, and I can read it for you if you want me to just pull it up. It's very short. It talks about O'Donnell stated at the town meeting there was a very difficult exercise for everyone in Vernon. Very difficult circumstances, different circumstances are living in very troubling times. He further stated there was a motion at the town meeting from the floor to disband the police department, which passed. The motion was not in any way, shape, or made from the select board, nor was anyone in the select board involved in the motion. The board put together what they thought was a very reasonable budget for the police department. The board's task now, because of the board's, was explore the cost of the sheriff's department. And then the final sentence says the board is not involved in any way with the issue. I guess it's a two question. Where is the board with the sheriff's department, and what does the last sentence mean if the board's task is to explore the sheriff's department, and then it says the board is not involved in any way with the issue? I'm not sure I understand how those two sentences go together.
My point was there's some untruths going around town about where the motion came from and how it came about, and I wanted people to know that the select board did put together what we thought was a very fair budget for the police department, but we were tasked at town meeting with looking at the sheriff's department, and we are in the process of doing that. The police chief and the sheriff will both give a presentation at the next special town meeting. Okay,
so that sentence sort of goes back to the opening remarks that said, look, the board wasn't involved in expunging the police department. But so I guess my question would be is, where is the board now exploring the cost of the sheriff's department?
I just said there will be a presentation by the chief and the sheriff's department at the special town meeting.
All right.
Okay, we have no addition.
Sorry to be a pain, Patty. I just have a question regarding time clocks, because I guess I don't understand their necessity. And it seems to me that it's basically a distrust of the employees of the town.
I guess you have to take that up with the auditor's office, because that's where the suggestion from the about the time clocks came from.
I actually did talk to the auditor's office, and they said that is not true.
Oh, well, that may be what they said, but it's not the case.
If I could finish, they said that they recommended that people sign their timesheets, but they did not. They specifically said to me this afternoon that this statement, which is in your minutes, was not true.
Well, that may be what they said, but that is, in fact, what we were told by one of the auditors, that we should look into time clocks. So, you know, I can't help what they're saying now. I only know what they said then. And that's why the select board has...
Can I ask what the issue is? That are people falsifying time sheets?
Well, if you look at the auditor's report and the town report, it talks about the problems.
In charge of the departments, not overseeing their people?
Well, if you look at the auditor's report in the town book,
yes, I did.
They identify what they think the issues are.
They identified that there was a problem with timesheets. Did not specify, to my knowledge, what that was.
Well,
and I'm just questioning whether the nature of being an employer, which you are as a select board, lends a distrust to the employees by putting in time clocks and signatures, and it seems to me, we have like 20 people working here, maybe?
It's not the
That-
first
is there
time we've
something-
had time clocks in this town, number one. Number two,
Guess I don't get to finish my sentence.
I guess not. Okay?
This is a select board meeting.
This is a select board meeting. You're given an opportunity to ask your question. It's not a debate. You've asked your question. I'm answering your question. It was a suggestion made by one of the auditors. Whether that auditor wants to say it was true or not, I can't be accountable for anybody but myself. But we know the suggestion was made by an auditor.
made to
to
the
have
whole
time.
board.
It was made to the entire board. So that's where we stand with that. The time clocks make it easier for the treasurer. Sometimes it's very difficult for the treasurer to figure out different timesheets. By the way, the timesheets are written this way. There will be a perfect record. All of the math will be done for the treasurer even by having a time clock. The new time clocks they have out now, just like all of technology, have changed dramatically, and it makes it easier for her. But we came about this decision by a recommendation that was made to by the auditor's department. So I guess that's where you'd have to go to ask those questions. I just know that they mentioned it in their auditor's report, and the select board felt that it was probably a good idea for us to do that. Okay. Let's
David
get,
has a question.
Can I speak?
go ahead.
Okay. There's been a lot of executive sessions recently, and in the last meeting you had 3 of them. And I'm just wondering if you know, I mean, there's a bit of mistrust in that. If you would have a, you know, I mean, it's not unprecedented that you just call a normal citizen that's sitting here to join that, so that
We can't.
they can.
We can't
do that.
I'm thinking you can.
No, we
No.
can't.
I'm thinking
I'm
we
sorry, you're
can't.
wrong. We can't. The reason why we go into executive session are for either
Protect the
personnel
person, right.
or possible contractual matters. Those are the only reasons why we have gone
Litigation.
in-
Litigation.
litigation. Those are the only reasons why we have gone into executive session. And we have taken an oath to keep what we hear in executive session as a confidential matter. When you get elected, then you can be part of executive session. But other than that, the only people that are part of executive session are people that are part of the issue or the select board.
And that's right in the
Some
select
towns
board
have
handbook.
citizen panels
We're not having
where
one.
they're,
No, we don't have one.
okay.
Executive session is executive session. It's set up that way for a reason.
It protects the person, like if you and I had an issue and we went to executive session, the whole town doesn't need to know that we have an issue. You know, if somebody said that you were doing something wrong and you came in and you said you weren't, and you explained it in executive session, that's why it says, you know, to protect the person and the town. And that's what it's for, it's to
By the
protect
same
you.
token, if issues are discussed in a public arena, then we could be up for a lawsuit. We have to be very careful about what is discussed
Well,
in
I'm
a
not
public
talking
arena.
about issues being discussed in a public arena, but there are towns that have set up, you know, citizens panels where they could at any point in time appoint 1 or 2 people that are sitting here to join in part of the executive
Well, I
session.
don't.
Do you not
actually
trust the
think-
select board to
yeah.
go into executive session on an
I'm
executive
just
session
saying
matter?
that there's, I'm just
No, you
saying
don't.
that there's.
And I read, since I'm the newbie on the board, I read the whole select board handbook. And
Me too.
it says it, well, you know it by heart, 'cause and it says right in it that an executive session can only be the select board and the participants, because otherwise it does open the town up to a lawsuit. And it's pretty specific as to, it's these 3 things right on here. Personnel, contractual, and pending litigation.
Not much more you can say about
And
it.
this is considered a public forum because it's on TV, so there's
Oh, I understand that.
no
that
middle
portion.
ground, really.
And we don't have a committee.
We went into
Go with
executive
that.
session on 2 personnel matters. One with you, Mike.
Yep.
One with the town treasurer, because both of them asked for it. And we went on a possible contractual matter. Those were all very, very legit reasons. And end of story.
We do try to have them at the end, so you're not stuck waiting, but because of the people involved, you know.
If Mike's here to
don't wanna
talk
keep
about
him to the
something
end.
and he wants an executive session, we go into executive session so he doesn't have to wait till the end of the meeting.
Well, it is kind of personal tonight, so we will, it says personnel matter right there.
Right.
So,
And we do that to protect the town as much as anybody else. Anybody else?
No,
Yes.
Go ahead.
I just want to remind everybody out there about the dinner Thursday night for the
also last
Ochmoodies.
Thursday.
Oh,
I thought I missed it.
no, you didn't. It's this coming Thursday, and you're all welcome to come and encouraged to come.
And it starts at
5 to
5 to
6:30 at the
6:30.
school.
Okay.
The benefit is for the Ochmoodies.
Okay, approval of minutes for
There was-
Wednesday, April 9th.
There was something in here, but I can't remember what it was now.
Which one's good?
Last week's, last minute.
April.
But I can't remember what it was, but it wasn't something minor anyway, it wasn't a big deal. So
Was it
I
a wording or just a
think
spelling
it's-
error?
Cut?
Was it a wording?
I think it's just a spelling error,
Okay.
it was graphical.
Okay.
Anyway,
Grammatical.
Madam Chair, I move that we accept the minutes as is.
Second?
It's been moved and seconded to accept the minutes of Wednesday, April 9th as is. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Okay. Michael, do you mind if we do David first so that...
Not at all. Not at all.
David, please come up.
Remind me, or did I already tell you about the green up? I didn't.
Oh, okay. Who's Dead River?
Used to be country oil. That's the one.
Thank you.
Okay, go ahead,
We
David.
had 2 bids come in. Dead River is giving you a rack price, and it's not set. It's depending what it is when they pick it up. And I'm not sure what they're charging over, because it doesn't say. And it says the fuel is fixed, so, for the heating. But if you go with what we were asking, the complete, everything that's set for a complete year, Sandry is the one that did you the fixed price.
So you're right,
Sandry's more expensive,
but it's fixed.
Just on the heating.
just on the heating.
The other one's a fixed price. Dead River, depending what it costs them when they pick it up.
I'd rather go with the set price. Would you, David?
Yep.
Then, Madam Chair, I move that we accept the bid for AR Sandry for their fixed price for 1 year, heating, diesel, winter and summer, and unleaded.
I'll second that motion.
It's been moved and seconded to accept the bid from AR Sandry for their heating oil, summer and winter diesel fuel, and unleaded, what is that?
Plus,
Oh,
Unleaded plus gas.
All those, for fixed price, all those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
aye.
Now, I've got paperwork from Clough Harbor, so we can start box culvert, the engineering. We need a signature, if 2 people are willing to have them do all the engineering. They've done all the other ones for us.
They have, so you've worked with them for a long time?
Yep. And it's for $50,700, and that's getting all the permits, putting it out to bid, everything. So,
Motion to sign?
So moved.
Oh, you're good. It's been moved and seconded to sign the bid for CHA,
Yep.
engineering, for site work for the box culvert. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
You know, I had somebody that questioned me about that box culvert and asked why we were changing it out and everything, and I said, well, it washed out before. And, no, it didn't. Yeah, it did. I remember it washed out.
That was before we owned it, but the lower end's all rotted away.
Oh.
And we had the hydraulic study from the state, and that's what everybody wants to know why it's gonna be bigger. It's the hydraulic study, the state sets what it's gonna be.
We're doing
It
to
was, I
everybody.
am not dreaming, it did wash out, am I correct?
Back when Larry lived up there.
Yes,
it
thank
did.
you.
David, can you make sure I get a copy of that?
Yep,
Thank you.
that's all.
Thank you.
Thank you, David.
Mike?
Okay.
I didn't know if you wanted to meet maybe separately or be on a contractual matter,
Okay.
or would you like to meet with the person involved also at the same time?
He can stay in for executive session if you...
If you would, please, like the contractual matter.
Madam Chair, I make a motion that we go into executive session with Mike Coughlin and Jason Skipniowski on a contractual matter, the disclosure of this time which might be detrimental to the town and/or individuals involved.
Second?
It's been moved and seconded to go into executive session on a contractual matter with Mike Coughlin and Jason Skibnowski. The disclosure of which at this time would be detrimental to the town and/or individuals involved. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Hi.
Oh, geez, I forgot Jeff's not here.
David, put it up. You need to say no action.
Yeah, we went into executive session at
6:44.
Thank you.
Came out at 7:02.
6:44 and came out at 7:02. No action taken.
Madam Chair, I make a motion that we enter into a contract with Jason Skibnowski for custodial work at the town office, and to further authorize Chair O'Donnell to sign the contract when it is ready.
Second?
It's been moved and seconded to enter into a contract with Jason Skibnowski for custodian work at the town office, and to allow the chair to sign the contract when it is ready. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Okay, let's go to Bill and warrants.
Madam Chair,
Go ahead.
I make the motion that we approve the following bills and warrants. Number 20E, accounts payable, $34,660.41. Number 14S, payroll for $14,195.87. And number 15S, payroll for $12,113.34.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to approve and sign warrants 20E, accounts payable for $34,660.41, 14S payroll for $14,195.87, and 15S payroll for $12,113.34. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Okay. Let's go with the ADA compliance.
Katrina.
Yeah, could you ask them to step away from the door, please? My hearing.
Go ahead.
Oh, yes, Mike had called me this past week. I called everybody and got an okay from everybody, even Jeff, that we go with whatever Mike had, and I wish he was still here.
Excuse me. Excuse me.
Yeah, we're trying to have a
Excuse
meeting.
me.
You can't hear when we're...
Thank you.
sorry, I get pulled here and
The
there.
recording actually picks up conversation. Whatever it is.
It ended up being 29,000. What it is, 2,900, sorry.
Say 29,000.
29,000. We're ordering 2 earmuffs and 2 hoops, loopers, I guess they're called. And because the man that had the ADA, Mike, can you come up and help me with, please? Has a certain hearing aid that can't go with the earmuffs. Am I correct so far?
Welcome back, sorry.
Sorry. We're just going to ratify it. You're all set. You've been okayed last time.
Okay, yeah, that's why I wanted to contact you as far as the figures seem much to me. But yes, I contacted the Austin School and other people that are involved in this type of hearing device. Well, this specific hearing device for a certain hearing aid which would not accommodate earmuffs. It would be like a loop system. It's like a halo type of thing that goes around here, which sends out a signal to that specific hearing aid. And so the earmuffs would not work in that case. But yet they do specify, ADA does specify earmuffs, and they also, with volume, and other earmuffs without volume so they can hear what's around them. Depends on what kind of hearing aid they have. With some research, they recommended, depending on, they recommended a percentage of the number of people that might attend the meeting. And in this case, we said there could, well, my opinion was it could be 300 people, possibly. And with that said, they came up with 6 units to meet ADA compliance.
And that each one of those devices, in the
Yes,
aggregate, they
yes,
do the
is-
whole spectrum of what
Right.
anybody could possibly need.
Because that's the problem, and that's what where the cost goes, is because it is the whole spectrum of the 3
You
different
ordered
hearing
2
aids.
earmuffs and 2 loops, right?
Yes.
And speakers,
Yes.
correct? Right.
Yeah, and speakers will be installed in here to help
Okay.
eliminate this problem in here, people not being able to hear in here. BCTV will be coming down to install those since this is their equipment. Yes, I contacted them, so that it's a matter of scheduling for them, but they will be installed.
Great.
And, but, the price with those hearing devices just surprised me. That's why I wanted to contact you, just give you a heads up that
Doesn't
Pretty
seem like we have
price.
much of a choice.
We don't
though,
have
in
it.
order to be
have it.
We
compliant.
have to be ADA
Yeah.
compliant,
Well,
or we get
that's where it
fined.
goes, and
Right.
people I talked to, and up there too, because that's what they came up with, was 6 units to be in compliance, and they cover all the different
Did I say 4?
circumstances with the hearing aids.
So you said, you said 6, but you said 2.
No, I said
2
4.
earmuffs,
4, 2
it's-
halos, and 2.
Yeah, there's 6 devices, and
Right.
there'll be 6 transmitters
Okay,
and 6 receivers,
okay.
okay? But there'd be 8 other devices, depending on what we're looking at is possibly accommodating whatever the hearing loss is. So we'll have 6 receivers.
Has anyone
Transmitters.
ever before mentioned having a hard time hearing at these meetings?
Well, the only complaint I had was basically the equipment we were using was causing
Yeah, that was
that
bad.
type of issue.
Mhm.
And here we are, we replaced it all, and it's portable, so we can go in the gym with it.
Mhm.
We were limited with the school's equipment, just, here the wireless were, basically were going down on us. We had them running a couple hours before the meeting, starting the meeting up in 5 minutes, they were gone.
Yeah.
They didn't work. So, we'll hopefully eliminate that issue.
With the new
Everything
system.
is in, and we're going to set it up and test it tomorrow, by the way.
Oh,
Speak
oh,
with
great.
them. So, yeah.
That gives us plenty of time. Excellent.
And as far as the hearing devices go, the assisted hearing devices, they should be in by town meeting. They should be.
So, Madam Chair,
If you have to, if
We're
you
in
have
rush
to,
hour.
Really?
if you have to overnight them, they have to be in.
Well, I
there.
told them do anything that's necessary.
Okay,
Yeah,
because they
thank you.
have to be in.
Anything that's necessary.
Mhm.
They know the situation, and in fact, they are the ones to their specialists in that area, and they were well familiarized with all the devices. In fact, because I checked 3 different places to make sure everybody's on the same page. BCTV was quite familiar with it all.
Okay.
Oh, great,
So,
great. Okay, thank
Madam
you.
Chair, I make the motion that we ratify the ADA compliant requirements.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded, I'm going to help you here,
Yep. go for it.
to approve the expenditure of $2,900
Yes.
for the ADA compliant equipment.
That's
Well, it was a
all.
little more than 29, 29 something something.
I don't know, did you see?
I had the email, but I left it right on my table.
Yeah, we
Well,
have the
just
right
a minute.
amount.
No, I have it right here. It's not including the install. It does include the install. It's $2,769.
But the install's not there, correct?
It is actually,
is.
it did include the install.
So
I thought it
up
was
to
29.
20, so if we go
So
up
it
to
is-
Up to
29.
29.
Okay.
Install, okay, I take that back. Okay, the total price will be $29,000,
$2,900.
no, $2,989.
That's
Up to
what I thought.
3,000. Can I just change
Yep.
it up to
Put me on the
3,000?
glasses on.
Change it to 3,000. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Okay.
Thank you, Mike, for coming back.
Thanks, yes,
I'm glad it was still here.
yeah.
You can explain it better than me.
Who seconded the motion?
Chris?
Chris?
Mike, thanks a lot.
Thanks, Mike.
Do you have the liquor license?
I do.
Okay, I did sign it.
In here.
Do you have the original or a copy?
No, she,
I have the original.
oh my God, in that mess?
It's not a mess. It's an organized mess.
So
Madam
we need a
Chair,
motion to sign it anyway.
Yeah.
I make a motion that we approve and sign the liquor license renewal for Portside Tavern.
Second?
It's been moved and seconded to approve and sign the liquor license for Portside Tavern. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye. Aye.
Aye.
Aye.
I think so.
Thank you.
Okay. We need the Deputy Forest Fire Warden update.
That would be Katrina. She's got more information than me, I guess, apparently now. But I did call Ray Capen, and he was to get a hold of Esden. Esden, correct? And then from there, you have the rest, right?
Yeah, I received a letter from Esden saying that at the annual fire warden training meeting last week, Warden Ray Capen informed me that you have a candidate for deputy warden. Would you please send me a letter or email on the with town letterhead on it with the names of your candidate and contact information? As soon as he receives it, he'll contact the candidate and conduct an interview. If acceptable, I will forward the candidate's name to our headquarters for approval and the official appointment. Confirmation will then be sent to the successful candidate.
Okay, so what you need to do is
Just need
have
approval from
Katrina
the
write up a
board.
letter on Vernon.
Burn town
Paper.
letterhead and send it up.
Send it up with JJ's name. That's Jeremiah Johnson, by the way. I'm
Thank-
kidding. Never mind, only I know the joke.
I guess.
to accept JJ now? Because we already did.
Right.
You already
We did already,
did,
yeah.
and we've already told Ray.
Yes.
I think that's just more formality.
Yeah. Well, I know Bobby Miller was going to be one, but something happened there.
He never got an interview. Apparently, the interview never happened.
Right?
Can we have 2 deputies?
We
No.
we were going to, but because his didn't go through or something, for some reason it just didn't happen. I don't know why. Might have been a shortfall, you know, from their end, not ours.
New business, I have a letter here from Heather Frost asking to be considered for the maintenance of the gardens for the North and South Vernon welcome signs. She's been doing it for the past few years. She'd like a 2-year contract. The cost for both years would be $250 for 2014 and $250 for 2015.
So moved.
Yep.
Second?
We moved and seconded to
An awesome job.
contract with Heather Frost for the maintenance of the gardens at the North and South Vernon welcome signs. The work to be performed is as following: spring and fall cleanup, edging, mulching, weeding, and perennial care from spring through fall. Included in the contract, the delivery and cost of the mulch. Since 2012, she's been mowing and weed whacking in front of the north side and will continue to do so as needed. Donated items include replacement perennials and annual seeds. She would like a 2-year contract for both years, $250 for 2014 and 2015. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye. I
Okay.
had nothing else.
Can I have that letter so I could put it more in a contract form
Yeah,
and then
careful,
have it
because there's
signed?
like a sticker there.
Okay. Thank you.
Kind of a nice sticker, actually.
Okay,
I use it from one of my books.
Do we have the list? Committee list?
I do not bring mine tonight.
I guess we'll have to work on it next time, put that on the agenda.
Okay, we have talked to a few people. I thought I had my list here.
I have a list here, but I don't think it's the updated one.
I have a list, but it's not,
Could we
definitely it's
have
an old
updated
one.
one for the next meeting then?
Should be on the.
The rec department is asking if we could appoint Emily
Bagobi.
Bagobi for the remainder of Joan's term.
Motion?
So moved.
Second?
It's been moved and seconded to appoint Emily Vergobi to finish the term of Joan Christus. Do you remember how long that is?
I don't right offhand, and neither did Seth. I have to go back
Oh, wait a
and
minute.
look.
I can tell you in a minute. I have the old one anyway, I mean, I don't have the new one, I have the old one.
Oh, maybe I do. 2014, it says.
What's her name, Christus?
Christus.
Dixie.
Yeah,
Yeah, it says 2014.
2014.
So she needed to be reappointed this year anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so then, what is the term?
I believe it's 3 years.
Is it 3 years?
Did they change theirs to 3 years?
It's either 2 or 3. Let's just go for
2.
2 or 3.
Looks like.
I did that on purpose, sorry. What do you want? You want 2 years?
Why don't we appoint her for the
Remainder of this
remainder
year?
of this year, and then appoint her for the next term,
Right.
Okay.
because it's silly to appoint her for 2 months.
But the thing is that it's March to March. It's whenever it has to be a year, so.
Right, so it would be for the remainder of this term would be,
Yeah, her term would be up at the end of March of
Right,
2015.
15, not 14.
Yeah, so for 1 year. And we'll revisit it then.
Okay, also too, I need to fill this out for the Wyndham Regional Commission. So I would like a motion to appoint Bob Spencer and Steve Skibnowski as our representatives for the Wyndham Regional Commission.
So moved.
Second?
It's been moved and seconded to
Thought
appoint.
you already did that.
No.
No?
No.
No.
Okay, sorry.
It's been moved and seconded to appoint Bob Spencer and Steve Skibnowski for the Wyndham Regional Commission. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Mostly everything on here, except for the Planning Commission, we're changing. It's going to be a Planning Commission and an Economic Development Commission, and the people on that committee are going to work on some future benefits for Vermont Yankee. With Vermont Yankee closing, to try to find some ways to work on economic development. Also, that is going to be the committee that is going to work with Vermont Yankee and keep track, to, have a liaison to the town. So, Bob Spencer, Steve Skibnowski, Martin
Langeveld?
Rich Carroll. I don't have the paper, so I don't know who the last one is.
Bob Spencer, Jeff Dunkley?
No, Janet.
Jan.
Jeff doesn't want to do it this time because there's so much going on.
So he asked me to step in.
Yep.
for anything
So there's
that needed
five,
to be
Bob,
done.
Steve, Martin, Rich, and Janet. Okay.
All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
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 We also have a recycling committee that is already meeting.
Wow.
That is Mike Hordemanch, Peg Frost, Heather Frost, Cookie Allen, and
Wow.
Bob Spencer.
Didn't Cheryl Damon?
Oh, and Cheryl Damien, yes. She is not, Franklin.
Franklin.
Yes.
She is
Franklin.
actually not there tonight because I don't have
Okay.
any, I need to get her email address and phone
Okay.
number and forward that on.
Who was the
to
other one?
Mike Hordemanch,
Peg, Heather, Cookie, Cheryl Franklin,
Bob Spencer.
Bob
Bob
Spencer.
Spencer. Okay. Wow, that's really awesome. That
exciting.
there's new ones that have come out
Mhm.
and wanting to help. That's awesome. Good
And
to
they're
see.
meeting right now with Triple T and Wyndham Solid Waste.
Yeah, that's
With
awesome.
Bob Spencer.
Yep. I mean, Bob Spencer and Mike did that kind of stuff
All the
anyway, but
recycling stuff
I'm
anyway.
talking about Peggy and Heather and Cookie.
So all those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
When is our public hearing on the planning, on the town plan?
That is the first select board meeting after the town meeting, so that is
The 16th or something like that, isn't it?
It's
19th?
The 19th. It's the 19th.
Yep.
It's already been warned, right?
Yes. It
So
should
you're already
be.
ready
Yeah.
to warn.
And it's, what time is it? Is it
6 o'clock.
Then we meet right
And
after.
we meet
it.
right after.
Okay. Then that's when we sign, right?
Yes.
Because,
Did you
yeah.
Yes, there's changes.
If there's any,
Yeah, there's
if there are any
probably shouldn't be
changes, the
because
planning commission will have to sign
They would
again.
have to do it, yeah. All right.
Okay. Is there anything else?
Chris, was there something about Susan's travel, something to do with a conference?
Yeah, I make a motion that we pay her.
She already did.
No, we didn't.
We
have
did
talked
the
about
listers, we did 3
We
of them
did 'em,
last
and
meeting,
I
they were
forgot
all
to do
listers.
hers,
We
too.
didn't do
Oh.
hers.
Second it.
Okay,
Absolutely,
Travel
yeah.
and her,
Are you sure?
I'm absolutely
It
sure. We
wasn't in
did
the
talk
minutes.
about it, but we
Okay.
did not.
We didn't do it, we did
Right.
3 of them, but we didn't do hers.
And I was the
because
one that
didn't
made
know
those
hers.
motions, and I totally forgot hers. It is my fault, so,
I thought we had done it, so.
oh, anyway.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to reimburse the town clerk for her,
Town officers education.
thank you, town officer's education form. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Okay.
No, we had talked about it, and we were okay, and then we just,
Okay.
I totally forgot the motion, so it's
Mike Farr here?
my fault.
No, he's not here
Oh,
tonight.
okay.
No. Anything
Okay.
else?
Nope, I make a motion that we adjourn.
I'll second that.
It's been moved and seconded to adjourn. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Meeting is adjourned.
I'm going to be in British Columbia on the 19th.
Say what?
I'm going to be in British Columbia on the 19th.
Oh, really?
I can see Jordan. I
Ah,
haven't seen where he is.
British Columbia, huh?
Uh-huh.
Wow.
Maybe turn down that thing.
Is there something I can help you with, Munson?